This man, Ndindi Nyoro, is a true definition of an MP. Could there be a very powerful man to whom is financing all the development projects in his Kiharu constituency? Or could there be someone very powerful to whom is already begun aligning his political stars purposely for him to take over after President William Samoei Ruto come 2032? Or could that person be President William Samoei Ruto? Because you and I cannot dispute the cognizant fact that President William Samoei Ruto is very good at fancying young upcoming politicians purposely for he to be able to easily control them. And if by any chance President William Samoei Ruto is the man behind the financial support in Kiharu constituency, then I kid you not, my dear brother and sister, be prepared for Nyoro the 6th. And why I honestly feel there is someone financing Honorable Ndindi Nyoro is simply because, take for example, in just this financial year, if he'll be able to support 15,000 students from the vulnerable families, and maybe he allocates 9,000 Kenya shillings to each of the 15,000 students, then that totals to 135 million shillings in just this one financial year. And so you can just imagine, in one NGCDF financial year, he would have already spent 35 million extra, apart from the 100 million disbursement in each and every financial NGCDF allocation. That is strictly if I'm not to mention of what of the other development projects like construction of roads and installation of security lights in his constituency. I think you can feel that, you can see that the arithmetic tends not to add up, simply because he tends to spend more than the constituency allocated funds. That is why I then ask, who is financing Ndindi Nyoro? And if I'm just to be factual, this financial year, the 2023-2024 NGCDF allocation, and this is directly from the NGCDF website, Kiharu constituency has been allocated 184,129,901, but Ndindi Nyoro is estimated to spend a whooping 278,160,000. Then here comes the question: who finances Ndindi Nyoro? Simply because he tends to spend more than the allocated funds. Unless you are a visitor in Kenya, then you ought to see some sense in the question that I'm asking, simply because the wonderful development projects that Ndindi Nyoro is currently doing, and he has been currently doing in Kiharu constituency, then you ought to see that they are beyond his resource base. Or could it be that Kenyans, we are used to mediocrity to an extent that when one performs and delivers, then we begin questioning? Or can someone prove to me that his NGCDF allocation has more funds than his fellow incompetent and non-performing MPs? The only reason that I can currently buy is maybe Ndindi Nyoro is more deep-pocketed to an extent that the NGCDF allocation in each and every financial year, he uses each and every coin for development, unlike the others to whom are consuming more to enrich themselves. Looking it in a political perspective, this man, Ndindi Nyoro, is a very smart economist and strategist as well. And how does he imply the strategy? This man could be eyeing the 2032 presidential election. And how does he prepare himself for that? It's simple. He may have decided to use Kiharu constituency to push him all the way up in terms of development so that he may be a household name as early as 2024. By so doing, he will be able to market himself through Kiharu constituency come 2032 when he will be vying as president. And before even I forget, let me just remind you that I've never seen Ndindi Nyoro complain like his colleagues that Treasury should release the CDF funds. In his own constituency, it is always business as usual. And that is why I asked, who's funding Ndindi Nyoro? I had been wondering why President William Samoei Ruto never thought of giving Ndindi Nyoro a CS position, despite the cognizant fact that Ndindi Nyoro is very good and he puts more effort in service delivery. Then this rang in my mind that Ndindi Nyoro and President William Samoei Ruto, being a master chord poet, Ruto could be simply preparing Ndindi Nyoro more to the ground purposely for the sake of 2032 general election. Because once you're given a CS position, then you slightly lose touch with the ground. I honestly feel that I'm overthinking. Let me just leave it at that, because I tend to think the question I should be asking is, why aren't the other MPs not delivering in their respective constituencies, and not why Ndindi Nyoro is over-delivering in Kiharu constituency? But honestly, that has just been my opinion. If you do have a contrary opinion to mine, kindly feel free to drop them in the comment section and I'll give them a right of reply. And as I come to the penultimate part of this video, in case if you're watching me for the very first time, kindly just consider hitting on the subscribe button. If you've been watching my videos and you have not subscribed, kindly just consider hitting on the subscribe button. And more so, if you're watching me from a different platform, either Telegram, TikTok or Facebook, kindly just head on over to YouTube, search for Sultan Sudi. I'll be the first right person to pop up. If matters socio-economic and political matters are your great areas of great concern, kindly feel free to click on the subscribe button so that each and every time that I upload a new video, it will automatically reflect on your notification panel. And by so doing, you'll simply be supporting my content. Thank you, and may God bless you.